What I'm going to do now is, this is turn 2. I'm going to go through the phases without stopping to show a seamless turn, I hope. So bear with me. So, no one has initiative. 2-4, the Americans have the initiative. The Japanese must move first now. So, I'm going to nominate my cruiser. It can go 7. I think what I'm going to do, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. I'm good. I'm not going to do any orders. But I am going to move 3 and I think I'm going to turn the full 45, move 3, angle, and move 1 to get the -1. And because he's agile, I'm going to turn him a little bit to get a nice broadside. Let's trigger the destroyer. Actually, no. I'm going to say the destroyer. Let's do cruiser and cruiser. So the American cruiser can move 6. I'm going to move 3. I'm going to turn like this, and I'm going to stay that way. I have to at least move 1 inch, and I did. There is nowhere in the rules that say you can stop. I'm telling you that right now. There's no order you can issue. The only way for you to stop is to get critical hits that cause you to lose your movement. Now, this destroyer's fear of leaving the table, so I'm going to move it 1 inch to get 7, and because it's agile, he can move or turn after every round, or every inch. He's going to move 2 inches. That gives me 3. I'm going to turn. I'm going to move 2 inches. That's 5. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to move 2 more inches. And then I'm just going to turn like that. Okay. And the last. So I'm going to go 2, turn, go 3, turn, and go 1. Okay. So I get to shoot first as Americans. I am going to get 9 inches here, 10 inches here. So I'm going to get 3 shots here with my light guns at long range, and I'm going to unleash all my torpedoes. All my torpedoes are 1 shot out my flank. So let's roll these. It's a -1 for long range, -1 for being a destroyer, -1 for it being fast, but I'm in its side, so I get a 1 back, so I'm getting a -2. I got a 4, 3, and a 5, which means no hit, because I needed a 6. Now, torpedoes. Torpedoes are a little bit different. So, for torpedoes, I have each attack dice listed for a given torpedo weapon system represents a single torpedo. The player has the option to fire some or all torpedoes at the designated target. By firing only part of the torpedo weapon system attack dice, the player is choosing to hold the remainder in reserve. The American destroyer only lists torpedoes once, so it literally only has 2 torpedoes. So I'm unleashing both because I don't think it's going to last. Okay? Torpedoes cannot split. So if they fire some of their torpedoes, they can't reload a partial rack. They got to reload all the rack afterwards. For the Japanese, it has 2 torpedoes on the side. So they all say 1, so I don't know what's out there. So I'm just taking it that the Japanese one has 2 tubes on each side. It doesn't say a 2 next to it. It doesn't say 2 whatever. It's just 1. So I get 10 dice. So I am at extreme range. So that's -2. I am shooting. It's a fast target, -3. I'm in the side, so +2. -2 for being a torpedo. So there's no way for me to hit. So yeah, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Save the torpedoes because a 6 isn't an automatic hit. Yeah, so never mind. The torpedo shot doesn't matter. I'm not taking the torpedo shot. So that destroyer is pretty much dead. So again, let's go. I'm not going to nominate. I've already shot that. I should have thought about that and went with this first because those 3 little pesky shots. So the Japanese, they're going to do their destroyer first. Their destroyer has this at 10 inches, and we're going to target that because it's in the side arc. That is at short range for the light artillery guns. It's extreme range for torpedoes, so we don't care. The American light guns, just so you know, can be split with anti-aircraft or ships. The Japanese on this destroyer can only be targeting a ship. So it gets 3 dice. It's going to be shooting, let's see, I'm at 10 inches, so that's short range, so no modifier. Shooting at a destroyer, -1. Destroyer moves 7 inches, -2. We are in its side arc, so I large silhouette, so -1. So you can see how the range is playing in. So I need a 4+ at the -1, so telling me I need 5s or better. I did get a 6. I got a 2 and a 4. So it gets 1 damage dice, -2 AP. So I need a 6. Nothing. Automatic fail. American Cruiser. American Cruiser has, let's see, the destroyer is at 14. This one's at 14 each. That diagonal just added a couple inches. So 14 each. That puts it in short range. So I think what I'm going to do is unleash, because it's like that, I can unleash a full, so let's see this. I'm at short range, 0, destroyer, fast moving, 1 or 0. So I'm going to actually try 6 shots at the destroyer. I'm going to see if I can take it out before torpedoes. And the rear gun is going to take 3 shots here. So this gets a -1. So I got a 6, 6, 6, 3, 3, 1. So nothing. That's a 2. These become 5. So I got 3 hits. Each one of these does 1 damage dice. So it's a 1+. So anything but a 1, I'm doing damage to the destroyer. That is 3. That's a 2, a 5, and a 6. So I did 3 damage to it. So the destroyer is going to go from 5 down to 2. Now, every card has 2 damage. It's a 5, 2. It is at 2. So right now, it is now a crippled ship. And there's no tokens for that. You just got to know it. Right now, it's a crippled ship, which means it's now lumbering. The attack dice on the ship's light guns, torpedoes, and artillery would be halved. And then for every main gun and trait the ship possess, I must roll a dice. On a 4+, it is inoperable. So I'm going to roll that now. So agile cannot be agile. 6 for depth charge. The light guns, 1, so the light guns are, well, they're only half. So traits, main guns. So actually, no, I need to do those 2. So it has lost agile. It has lost depth charge. And there are no tokens for this. There's no way to denote it on these cards unless you laminate it and you're writing all over the cards. This is a weakness of the game, especially if you're going to try to play an epic version of this with a lot of ships. I'm going to put a pin in that and let that be. And you're going, what's lumbered mean? Really quick, I will interject what lumber means. Lumbering. The ship is particularly ungainly, is now damaged. Lumbering ships cannot use the evade order. So, it's not a reduction in speed, it's just not going to be very agile. So let's roll on the critical hit. It's a 1. That's an engine hit. So I'm going to find the engine, little propeller, put that on there. So that's first 1. That means there's no extra damage. The props have been damaged, and it has -1 speed. Now let's see what happens here. I have a 4, a 1, and a 3. There was no modifier to this because it was at short range. It was -1 for being fast, but it's in the side arcs to 0. So it does take 1 point of damage. Oh, well, I hit it. I gotta see if I do damage. That's right. It's a 5. It's lumbering, so it's technically a 6, but only natural 6s do crits. So it's now down to 27 points of damage. Yay! Only a lot more left. The cruiser. I know this is 10 inches. Oh no, this was 9. Yeah, 9. This one is at 14. I want to take care of the American destroyer before it gets a chance to shoot me with torpedoes. So, I get, so I know everything. The rear guns cannot shoot past this. I'm good. The front guns can't shoot past this. That's good. So we're going to pour in turn A, turn B, turn Q, and we're going to do turn X, and we're going to put Y. You know what? All guns powered into it. And since it's at 10, the torpedoes are at short range. Now this is where I want to figure out. Short range is 0. Destroyer -1. It was fast -2. -1. Torpedo -3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. So a torpedo still can't hit. So you're getting the feeling that torpedoes, you got to be really close. So I'm shooting my main guns. We're at 10. That's short. It's just 2 inches from point blank. So it's a destroyer -1, fast -1, +1 because I'm in the large. So I'm getting a -1 target. So let's group these up. 6, 5, 4, 3s, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1. So this becomes a 0, this becomes 1, this becomes 2, these become 3, 4, and 5. So now I'm going to roll my damage dice. It has no AP. I did not get, +1 for plunging. So this becomes a 3, nothing. That becomes a 4. So I do get 1 point of damage on the destroyer. Now we'll go to the end phase. End phase, I'm going to try damage control on a weapon system. Nothing. That was a 2. So that failed. And damage control on the engines, that was a 4. I need a 5 or 6 to fix. So neither ship was able to repair damage. So that's the end of turn 2. So we're on turn 3. Japanese 4, Americans 10. Americans keep the initiative. Japanese, we're going to activate the cruiser. It's going to go 3. Turn. I want to keep them. I'm going to go 2. Turn slightly. That's 5, 6, 7. The Americans activate the cruiser first. I'm going to go the full 3. It's going to turn and go the full 3 again. And hang right there. So we're circling the battle. But definitely closing in range. The destroyer, it has lost agile, so it has to move 2. I am going to angle this way. I am now switching to this tool, so that thing won't get all the way in the way. I'm going to go 2. I'm going to, that's 2, 4. Aim this way. This is going to be 6. And then angle out. Then you get the extra inch. Right here. But I can't do the angle. So definitely in very close. Where does that put us? That puts us 6 inches. So if the Japanese destroyer gets to live, it's definitely going to get a torpedo shot. So let's go, I could do that. Let's go 2. Turn right there. And go another 2. And it's going to hang there. We're going to have some in your face gunnery phase. Americans are going to activate the destroyer on the Japanese destroyer. I am in definitely the side arc. I am unleashing torpedo. I'm unleashed. Well, wait a minute. Do I want to unleash the torpedo? Definitely need to think out the numbers. So I better be at point blank range. Yes, 2 inches. So point blank range for the Americans on the torpedo is 2 inches. Think about that for a minute. 2 inches. I have to be in my starboard, which I am, because he's right there in the arc. So I'm going to unleash my torpedoes. 3, 5. Oh wait, I was counting correctly. So it gives me a +1. Okay, let's talk about minuses. Destroyer, -1. It moves 7, -1. Being a torpedo, -2. But I'm point blank, and it's in my sight. So I need 4s. I am going to take it with 10 dice, hoping I get 6s. Because it was -4 +2, so I need 6s. You know what? I'm going to pour my guns in. My guns, well, I only need 2 hits. The guns will go up here, because that would be in my side arc. The range, the cruiser is, oh, it's 8.5. 8.5. The extreme range. So yeah, let's do torpedoes. This would be the guns. So we'll do this. This is going to be long range to -1, fast -1, but so -1, so I need 5s. I got 3 and 2, so no hits on the cruiser. I need 6s. And 4, 4, 3, 1, 1, 1, 5, 2. I have 1, 6. So minus the 2, it's a 4. So torpedoes are devastating. This weapon is exceptionally powerful, capable of blasting small targets apart and causing serious problems for even the largest vessel. Instead of causing 1 point of damage with each successful damage roll, a devastating weapon will cause an amount of damage equal to what each damage dice actually rolls, regardless of whether it exceeds the target's armor or not. In addition, a critical hit is scored on a 5 or 6. Any critical hit scored will have a critical score equal to the roll of 1 dice. So, first of all, it's got a 6. There is rules For nationalities, I am not getting into that. That's more advanced. However, let's talk about what this is. So this is a 6. My damage dice on the torpedo is 3. So it said because it's devastating, you actually damage, read it again, with each successful damage dice rolled, a devastating weapon will cause an amount of damage equal to what each damage dice actually rolls, regardless of whether it exceeds the target's actual damage. So that's 5, 8, 9. So as you can see, one torpedo hitting, I got 9 points of damage, totally removes this from the game. It is now sunk, because I only needed 2. It was overkill, but I removed the destroyer. Japanese only have 1. It's their cruiser. The torpedoes are gone. This is not a threat. This still has some torpedoes, and this still... No, I take it back. No torpedoes on the cruiser. I'm looking at the wrong card. It only has the main guns. So I'm more worried about this main guns than that. So this was 9 and 9. This is 12. 12 puts me at short range. Torpedoes are extreme. Assign the 3 light guns. Oh no, it has 6 light guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the destroyer. Secondary guns there. And all the turrets can see this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 10 dice. 4, 6, 8, 10. Short. This is at 9, so this is long. So it's going to be, for long range, it should be a -2. Oh no, -1. -1 for being a destroyer. -1 being for fast. But it's in my side arc, so I need 6s on these. And I got 1 6. It gets 1 damage dice. And the AP of -2. -2 plus 1 doesn't get the 4. These are at short range, so side arc, not fast moving. So I actually get a +1 to these. So to hit, I need a 3+. 3, 5, 6. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on the main guns. Then needed 4s. Oh, nope. Plunging fire. No AP modifier. So a 3 becomes a 4. So 1 critical. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. So that takes the heavy cruiser down to 20. And then another 3, 17. 7 is a threshold for taking lumber. Let's see what the critical is. The critical is a 10. It's a vital system. These are very bad. These are not fixable. It's a 4. So the magazine is ablaze. Let's read what that means after I find the critical. These are little red tokens. The magazine is ablaze. This could take the Americans out of the action. For the rest of the game, before each weapon system can be fired, roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, the weapon cannot fire. 4 to 6, it can fire. And it also takes 2d6 extra damage. That is 9. So it goes down to an 8. So, lots of damage. Magazine's on fire. And I'm going to end the playthrough on that. Hopefully you got some feel for it. Well, I'll do the end phase. See if they can fix that. No. Their torpedoes are still an issue. And hope you learned. I'm going to touch base on a couple other things and then wrap this up.